What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm your boy Glass. I'm here on the two-cent deposit on sports roundtable edition, where we're gonna be talking about the 2016 NFL free agency, and I'm here with my boys. First off, I have Big Q from TeamBoydTV.
Yeah.
What's up, Big Q?
I'm telling man, first of all, I'm a little upset that y'all drug me out during off season. I don't come out during off season, but you got me out here. But it's a pleasure to be here, man. What's going on?
I understand that. Hey, you know what? I didn't want to talk about football either, but evidently, football is 24/7, 365. You got the free agency. Next, you got the draft. Next thing you know,
it'll be time to do it again.
Preseason, man. So yeah. So I'm sorry for that, Big Q, but I promise you, it's gonna be. I ain't gonna say I will never do it again, but it'll be minute. I appreciate it. Next up, I got my other homie, Ezra from Idiot Sports Talk. What's up, Ez?
Hello there, gentlemen. And yes, football's all year round for me. I got my Dynasty League. It's starting to come up. So I got to keep an eye on the free agency stuff. Okay. Who was I excited about? Marvin Jones. I have him on my Dynasty League, and he signed with the Lions. I was like, yes, baby. Oh, he's going to be the number one. He should be the number one receiver over there. We'll find out. I just know I'm excited for my Dynasty League.
I hear you. So I want to thank people that's joining in. We got Indie Film is live. Thanks for joining in. If you, like I say, join in live, interact with us, ask questions while we do the show. And of course, later on, as it downloads on YouTube, you can check this out on YouTube at Get With It Sports 2 on the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and jump in on it. Of course, free agency start when? Wednesday?
Was it Wednesday?
Wednesday or Tuesday?
Yes, it was Wednesday, 4 p.m.
Yeah. And everybody, I mean, I understand you got an extra $12 million on top of the salary cap, but dang, you have to spend all your money. Yeah. I'm just saying. Of course, the top agents that's out there, of course, number one is Olivier Vernon. Used to be on the Dolphins. He signed with the Giants for 5 years, $85 million. I don't have $85 million. $85 million,
bro. That's something else right there.
And he was the third best player on that defensive line.
Exactly. Same thing with Malik Jackson. We just got to say it off air. Denver defensive end signed with the Jaguars for 6 years, $90 million. And I believe $42 million of that is guaranteed.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, but why are you dodging the big thing? Why you dancing around the?
Oh no, we're gonna get to that. Matter of fact, you know what? Denver, we lost two major players. Malik Jackson. I don't consider I might show a little hate because of what Osweiler done, but we lost three major players.
No, hell no, ain't no. Oh, he ain't no major player. No,
I mean, wait.
I am not with that statement.
Wait a minute.
Major player.
He is a major. What I mean by that is he was behind Peyton Manning for 4 years. That's why I'm feeling a certain type of way. I feel like John Elway, like, dude, you was behind. We had you on here to groom you. To all of a sudden, you gonna jump ship?
I can't believe he did it though. He showed no love to the Broncos. He was like, he just sat there and watched Peyton Manning retire. You know what I mean? Like he sat there and watched it, and he was like, you know what? Watch how I get him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, since we want to talk about it, we're gonna talk about it right now. I didn't appreciate how Brock Osweiler felt a certain type of way and did a bitch move.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Listen. I ain't tripping. Go get your money. If they can give you more money, cool. But when Denver Broncos and other players try to call you for 2 weeks and you don't answer your phone and you just up and leave, I got a problem with that.
Be a man about it. Did he have a Glass? How many starts did he make this season?
7.
No,
6.5. 6.5. Because he came in and paid Manning.
Right, a month and two.
Right, came in
so as I'm asking you though, right? So with the starts that he had and what you saw out of Brock Osweiler, because he was sitting on the bench for the last 2 or 3 years. We didn't really get to see him, and we saw a little bit of him last season. Do you think would you have reached for him? Would have grabbed him? Like his contract coming up. You just saw that they lost a legendary quarterback at Peyton Manning. Would you have reached out to Brock Osweiler? Would you have did the Denver Broncos like that?
You guys there?
Oh, he didn't even.
Did you hear the question? Yes.
Yeah, he was asking you.
No, he was asking you.
Oh, there you go. I'm still asleep. Damn. Would I have grabbed Brock if I?
Well, knowing the Denver Broncos situation, and you the GM or whatever of another team, and you see what's going on in Denver, would you have made that move?
To go after him, if you're asking me if I was a gentleman, absolutely not. 7 games started. He was pulled for the playoffs because of performance, not injury, not anything else, because he was sucking up the field. He wasn't providing, he didn't provide a boost for the offense. And the guy that he did replace, was quote unquote unhealthy and was playing like crap, had 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. No, I would not have gone after him in the manner that the Texans did with this huge offer of $72 million over 4 years.
Yeah, man.
What was it, like 30-something million guaranteed?
Right.
But what? You haven't proven anything, and I understand why John Elway said, nah, see you later. I'm not paying you that much. I don't care if you were groomed or this and that. You're not groomed into that contract. You got to perform for that kind of contract.
Right. Well, the thing I was concerned about, though, Glass, was, if John Elway and them had a little bit more of a heads up, you think they would have kind of talked to Peyton a little bit or something? I mean, I just feel like they, John Elway got dealt the wrong hand. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like.
So you saying if they had a little more time, would they went back to Peyton Manning?
Well, if they had no, yeah. I mean, would they have said, "Hey, Peyton, we still got you on the contract for another year."
Hey, Peyton Manning, his tank is empty right now. He has nothing left. Only thing he could do is pitch the ball back to the running back. He can't throw down the field. He can't get hit anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much HGH you could take.
So what's the next move?
Man, go get it. I think we still in the hunt for Colin Kaepernick.
You already have.
No,
wow. You already have.
He's trade bait.
I hope he's a starter. I can't wait to see the Sanchez in Denver. So that magic work.
Wow, you better call up Tim Tebow again.
See, you need to stop. You need to stop there.
I'm just saying, it's funny to me. It's funny.
Okay. Next, I just want to welcome James in on the show. We appreciate you chiming in and checking us out. Next move, we got Mark Sanchez. I think he's trade bait.
He's trade bait. Who want Mark Sanchez? Who want Mark Sanchez?
The Broncos did.
Hey,
they traded for him.
The team in the
Broncos did. John Elway saw the superstar in Mark Sanchez.
Yes.
But I want to
go ahead.
I want to bring up the Brock situation one more time, because on his defense, I would have bounced, 1, for the money, and 2, I don't need to call you back. I don't need to call you back. I don't think it was a bitch move. For what? Why did I call you back? You talking about people? Remember, loyalty is a 2-way street. Were you loyal to me when I was starting those 7 games and you pulled me right before the playoffs? It's not like the guy you put in was killing it before me.
And he deserved to play in the playoffs now. Come on, Glass. You know
it's not like he was losing it.
He earned that.
Loyalty is a 2-way street.
Listen, man.
I'm not going to. You can't let him be salty.
The Kansas City Chiefs game where we had to we was either going to be in first place or we wasn't even going to be in the playoffs the way that the circumstances was out there. He looked like crap in that game. He had to get pulled. Peyton Manning came in there, and I'm not saying Peyton Manning was any better, but the team seemed to rally around Peyton Manning. So if the team going to rally around Peyton Manning, let's keep on rolling with Peyton Manning until the wheels fall off.
And first of all, I know that's bullcrap that they didn't talk to nobody for 2 weeks because negotiations is going on. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is,
wait, Ezra. Part of negotiation is you got to have a one-on conversation, right?
I would have, yeah. So they had.
If he doesn't answer the phone, how are we having the conversation?
He had to had some type of communication if you knew what the offer was. And another thing is maybe they was spitting some lowball offer like, "Hey, I'll give you $8 million, $10 million to."
I didn't hear them say nothing about Brock being in their plans anyway. I mean, I didn't hear that. Everything was about Peyton's exit, and I didn't hear them speak about what was going to happen with Brock. I just didn't hear them say nothing about it.
And I feel like John Elway's statement, like, I only want Broncos who want to be Broncos, he is on some salty shit. And guess what? He's a hypocrite in the first place. Right. You know what I'm saying? I remember what was it, 30 years ago? I'll go to baseball if these guys draft me.
Yeah.
Whatever team he was talking about. What team was it? The Chargers or so? I don't know what team he was talking about.
Remember. Colts.
Colts or something like, I'm not going to play baseball and this and that. He used his leverage.
Yeah.
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
All right.
So what
Let's go.
John Elway want to be a hypocrite. The hell out of here, man.
Come on.
If I'm Brock, man, I sent him a statement with a middle finger, right? And there you go.
Really?
Yeah, right. Yeah, really.
So you say Brock has no. You say Brock has no problems. You have no problem with Brock's not answering any phone calls and just up and leaving.
Loyalty is a two-way street. You should have been loyal to me and trusted me before pulling me for the playoffs. Yeah. Okay,
I gotta agree with Ezra.
What? You gotta I gotta return the favor. Nah, I don't need to return.
Listen, man. All I know is we got a Super Bowl, so really ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right. See,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Attitude that Brock had, who was like, you know what? That's all they care about. They don't care about me. You know what? If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't be in this position for Peyton Manning to come in and do what he did.
And like I said, I agree that John Elway didn't give him that. He didn't step up to the plate and give him that kind of money. He said, "Nah, you haven't proven that much to earn that money." I agree with that, but at the same time, it doesn't mean Brock is right for feeling a certain way or acting a certain way. Because
I have no problem. I have no problem with that. But really, at least return a phone call.
Nah, I'm good. I'll return it now after I sign the new. I just got time now. I just signed a $72 million contract, John. What did you need? What you want to talk about, bro? You want to go get some? You want to get some coffee? You want to get some steak? On me. I just got paid.
Okay, all right.
That's why I would have called him right there. Then I would have made a statement. John's not picking up my phone call since I signed this deal. Right. I don't know what's going on. Oh well, I play that game. They lucky I am 5'7" and have no athletic ability. Because if I'm an athlete, I'd have been a jerk to everybody. Okay.
So lucky. Like boy, what's my man's name on Ballers? The wide receiver guy. What's his name? Ricky Jarrett. You'd be like Ricky Jarrett.
Yeah. Let's go into the comment section real quick. It says, Chipadelphia. Okay. He said, give us your first round and you can have Sam Bradford. Really, dude? I take he's talking about the Denver Broncos.
Hey, that's a good deal.
Man, a first rounder.
First rounder.
Where is
wait, number one, Sam Bradford?
I'll take Sam Bradford.
I'll take Sam Bradford.
I'll take him.
But they can't give up Sam Bradford. Didn't they just re-sign him?
Yeah, they gave him a 3-year deal. I think it was some crazy money. That man, you know what? I want to be Sam Bradford in another life because that man kidding money every time I open.
His new deal is better than Brock's deal. I'll tell you that. How about that? It looks like more like a bargain each day.
Yeah. Exactly. He said, saying that you left because Houston is on the verge of greatness and because it was a better opportunity was a bitch move. Just say you left for the money. I totally agree with that. Just you know what? Just call John. Like, John, listen, man. Thanks for the opportunity, but
Houston is going to come up though.
I was going to say Houston. That's a good. Houston is a Super Bowl contender if they have the right quarterback. I personally don't believe they have the right quarterback right now, but Brock obviously has the confidence to enough. I could bring this team up because they got everything else. Basically, they got the superstar wide receiver. They got the great defensive player that's a really good defense that's on the verge of not come up. Their offensive line is improving. They need to find someone for the running game, but this team has got talent.
So Chip said the Broncos just won with a one-arm man, and it was a much better spot to be. I agree, but then they lost Malik Jackson, but they still got Ware and what's the other guy?
So, Von Miller.
Yeah, everything else is still in place. It probably would have been a better place to be. I mean,
Let me ask you a question: if Brock was winning, if Brock stayed on the Broncos and they won, and versus he wins with the Texans, where would he get more credit?
With the Texans?
With the Texans, right? Yeah. His legacy will grow, and that will just help him in the next contract negotiations.
You ride with the Broncos another year, get your 2 Super Bowl rings, even though you didn't really earn the first one.
If Brock wins next year, Brock wins with the Broncos next year, people go like, yeah, defense, man. Whoever wins it, blah, 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 blah. Now, if the Texans kill it and they go to the Super Bowl, which I highly doubt, but if it happens, he'll get that praise.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. I agree. I agree. And then we're going to ask you a question. Who's the running back for Texas? For the Texans, rather.
And it's still
no, they let go.
Oh,
I think Foster's gonna be a Patriot. That's what I think is gonna happen.
You know what? He looked like one of them type of dudes that'll follow that trend. You know what I mean? And a running back situation in New England is just like an endless, deal anyway. You do show up and they out of here. You never hear from them again. They fade into obscurity. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
But I think they'll draft someone.
The
No. What am I saying? Whoa. Sorry. Lamar Miller was a great pickup for the Texans.
Oh,
sorry.
No doubt.
Lamar
That's
Miller.
right. I forgot about that. You're right.
Lamar Miller, and that's who I wanted for my Jets, to be honest. Lamar Miller, I thought he was going to be – he got a nice – I'm happy we didn't sign him because he got 6.5 per year, but I think this is going to be a killer move for the Texans. I think he's going to just, have a monster year next year.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans, I think they're setting up pretty good. I want to ask you about this one, though, Glass, see how you feel about this one, because
I already know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Well, I was thinking about Miami, right?
Okay.
I was thinking about Miami, and I was thinking about what they're doing in Miami, but the question is twofold, right? Okay. So they're spending all this money on the defensive line. They brought in Sue, was it last year, the year before last, or whatever? They got Williams in there now. I don't know how much they're paying him. But they're not addressing the play of their one young. Well, actually, didn't they re-sign him? They restructured him or extended him like a year ago, right? Ryan Tannehill. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago?
A year ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
so they believe in him, but I've been worrying about that defensive line. I just be looking to get me a new quarterback. I'm just saying, how you feel about Miami?
Really, a new quarterback? I give Ryan Tannehill a little credit. I know he acted like a diva last year. I think he got some talent. I think if he had the right coach, which he didn't have last year, or year before last rather, I think he'll have. He got Adam Gase now.
Yes,
can't go wrong with Adam
Gase. But what I'm saying is Miami putting all this money on the defensive line, and I don't know where they landed at, where they finished at in stats in defense last year, but they wasn't scaring nobody. They wasn't like the Denver Broncos.
They were a very highly underachieving defense, especially defensive line. And if you think about it, I said this on the Red Zone Blitz. You got Sue, who's the number one highest paid player on the defensive side of the ball. Then you got Wake, who's got a nice contract, and Vernon, who just got this monster deal. I was like, damn, this would have been the most expensive defensive line in football, and they did nothing together last year.
Well, you gotta give a little excuse on Cameron Wake because he blew his ACL.
No, he blew his ACL, but the first 4 games he did nothing.
Oh, really?
I remember 2 games. After the 4 games, 2 games he had 7 sacks, so he was on a tear those last 2 games. Yeah. But the first 4 he was doing absolutely nothing, and altogether that was just an underachieving defense. And so far, I know Mike Tannenbaum because he used to be the former general manager of the Jets, and he's a very aggressive guy. So he's had a very aggressive offseason with the trades with Philly, signing Mario, which I thought was a great move because he let Vernon go. He's like, how am I giving you $85 million for? You're the third best defense lineman on my team. I'm not giving you $85 million. I know he's in his prime and all that, but love the Mario move. And I like what Miami's doing. But on your comment on Ryan Tannehill, he's got one more coach. If he can't get it done with Adam Gase, he can't. He can't build consistency, see you later, son.
I don't know. I'd have been figuring out what I wanted to do. Well, I guess they got time because they got him for 2 more years on the contract. So I guess they're looking at it that way. Like, we still got him for another 2 years or whatever. So we're not even going to think about it. But look, it's been proven in the NFL, right? I don't care what. Well, I guess Denver Broncos kind of proved that wrong, that you can win a Super Bowl without a decent quarterback. But you need a quarterback in this league, man. You do. And I mean an effective one. You know what I mean?
Right. I totally agree. If you don't have a quarterback, you got to have a hell of a defense.
Yeah.
You can have one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think, not issue on Alex Smith, I'm gonna take Alex Smith out of the game manager category and say he's a halfway decent quarterback.
I'm not with you there. Nope.
Look, I don't know, man.
You alone, man.
No.
Yeah, Alex Smith.
Alex Smith done did his thing, man. He proved
right
that
here.
last season.
I'm all loyal here. I'm not going to be near that man.
Wow.
Get the hell out of here.
Come on, man. He did his thing last year, man.
Come on, Ed,
look, Alex Smith became the de facto bona fide leader of that team last year. If they wasn't behind him after what happened last season, man, they ain't never going to get behind him. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
So I take it Philadelphia is a Philadelphia.
Yeah. It's an Eagles guy.
And he says took Kiko and Maxwell
and let us slide
with 8. So he's saying that he did say earlier that they robbed the Dolphins, correct? Yeah, he said Miami got fleeced by Philly.
Yeah.
I think it was a great trade for both sides. I think it was a greater trade for the Eagles, But I thought it was a good trade for both sides. Like I said, Mike Tannenbaum is a very aggressive guy, and he got a young. I think Kiko's so valuable, even though he's always getting hurt.
Yeah, man.
Because the trades for him is crazy. So once again, Mike Tannenbaum trades for Kiko Alonso and Maxwell, who is a decent cornerback. Mm-hmm. He's just not a number one shutdown. He's just not in the category as the top guns. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's just getting paid like one. But guess what? Everybody looks like they're getting paid like one nowadays. Okay, so
Maxwell's good enough for people to game plan around him. I mean, he will cause people to pull his film and stuff. You know what I mean? It ain't like, they're gonna be like, it's Maxwell, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna get what's his name? The wide receiver for the Giants. What's the guy's name?
Odell Beckham.
Say Odell Beckham. Just don't worry about Maxwell. Just go out there and just blow past. Don't worry about it. He's nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just know if you're an Eagles fan, you should be excited, man. You jumped up to the 8th spot. Ooh, and you get. I'm saying they're getting rid of players they don't want and moving up in the draft because they also traded I forgot who it was, and they switched to DeMarco Murray. They traded to the Titans, and they moved up in the draft. They're getting rid of players, and they're moving up in the draft. And that's like, if you really think about it, that's really unheard of in an NFL offseason. Like, you're not trading draft picks, and you're moving up in the draft.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know what? I give Philly a whole lot of credit. They are scorching the earth that is Chip Kelly.
Yes, they are.
Anybody that Chip Kelly brought in, they getting rid of.
Yes, they are, man. And you know what? That's why look, when I saw the DeMarco Murray move, I was like, look, at first I was like, man, this sounds just like a Chip Kelly deal. But then I looked at it a little bit deeper, and I was like, you know what? Tennessee is ripe right now because they really don't. They're not really like looking at their picks and like, you know what? We absolutely need this pick. You know what I mean? They still looking at. I thought they got the number 1 overall.
Who, Philly?
No, Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're still looking to deal it, right?
Yeah, they are. They are in San Diego looking to deal the number 3.
They don't care. You know what I mean? I'd have been looking at Tennessee too. Like, look, what can I do for you, Tennessee? You know what I'm saying? Right. It's been like,
Totally agree. All right, since we're talking about the free agency, who you think won the free agency in the first week?
Wow. That's a hard one.
I'm gonna tell you who scares me. I'm gonna be real. As much as I hate the team and they're in my division, the Raiders are making some moves, man. When they picked up Bruce Irvin from Seattle, I was like, oh hell. I mean, just think, you got AC/DC, Derek Carr, Amari Cooper. You got Latavius Murray as running back, Crabtree. Now on defense, you got Khalil Mack, Malcolm Smith, and Alden Smith if you get his head right, and Bruce Irvin.
And you picked up Sean Smith, the cornerback from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
So you hurt another team within your division, and they pick up a left tackle from Baltimore. Yeah. I really like what you said with the Raiders. I really like that. I don't know if I'll pick them as my number 1.
Yeah, y'all said the same thing about the Raiders last year, though. Y'all did. Y'all said the same thing, and the Raiders didn't do nothing, man.
They moved up. I didn't expect them. Wait, they didn't even make the playoffs, right?
They didn't make the playoffs, but they were more competitive. They were more dangerous this year. Right. They fell off towards the second half of the year. Yeah. But I think this is the year where people have to really watch out for the Oakland Raiders. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is their year. Like, okay, all right, but watch yourself, buddy. Third year, Derek Carr, and this whole offense will be progressing in, this year. I might go with. We just talked about the Eagles. I might go with the Eagles. I might go with the Eagles because, like I said, they're getting rid of players they don't want, and they're moving up in the draft. Only thing that doesn't bother me, I guess, their backup quarterback making this stupid money right now, Chase Daniels, but they must really believe him to really compete for the job or something. But that's the only thing that seems like a little excessive for a backup quarterback, quote unquote. I heard they're gonna battle it out in camp. I'm trying to think of another team really though. I think the less is more this offseason, to be honest. I just want to see those bargain bin moves. I think it's far too early to say who's the true winner of this free agency. Yeah. I think we have to wait a little bit more.
He did say in the first week that, and I guess in the first week it would have to be Oakland and then Philly. I think even though Tennessee kind of fell in it, they get strength at their running back position, and that's good for them. Also Miami. I look at Miami and I see what they're doing. Their defense it looks good. It It don't do nothing though. I don't know. They don't move me like that. But it looks great. If you look at the names on that paper, you're like, wow, they should be smashing people.
Another team that did some they did 3 good moves I like is the Falcons. The Falcons got Sanu, okay. They got their number 2 wide receiver now. They got Alex Mack, one of the best centers in football. Right. And they got Derek Shelby, who's a defensive end, young defensive end. Yeah. So, I like the Falcons, what they did, and they didn't go too crazy on their contracts. Yeah. So that's another winner in the first week. And it's a new move. I kind of thought about it. I was like, this dude coming into the division, we don't get to play this guy that often, because he was up there in, Cincinnati or whatever. He's gonna make some moves. He's gonna shake things up a little bit. It's crazy how we're talking about, but we're not talking about the most active team probably in this offseason is the Jaguars. Right.
I was about to say it. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead. Like, it's funny that we're not bringing their names up, and they're the most active team.
But you know what? I just think you have to give what's the quarterback name? Bortles. Yeah. One more year. I think he's on the verge of breaking out.
That offense is going to be fun to watch for years. They got the Allen brothers with Blake Bortles. Now you add Chris Ivory with TJ Yeldon. I think that offense will, even though they've been spending all this money on the defensive side of the ball, I think they're going to be underachievers for the first year because I don't believe in off-season champions. I do not believe it translates well the first year.
Absolutely.
But this offense obviously was made organically, and they were pretty good last year. I think going forward, they're going to be the star of the team.
I actually think that division is getting ready to look a lot different, because it was falling to Indianapolis by default, I think, right? But, Houston is probably going to make a push with them having an actual quarterback. Even though we ain't seen a lot of this quarterback, it puts them in a position to be like, okay, well, let me look at Houston a little bit. Jacksonville, I thought they, should have been challenging last year, but, of course, they ran into some things that they shouldn't have ran into. But that division going to look a little bit different, I think, going forward.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Jacksonville, I thought they was my sleeper team last year. I thought they was going to break out last year, but they made some good moves. They overpaid Malik Jackson. I totally agree with that. But, they got money to spend because I think Bortles, the wide receiver, they still under rookie contract, so they got money to spend before they get to having to pay Bortles and the wide receiver. But Jacksonville, they on the up and coming. I feel sorry for the Indian. I ain't gonna say I feel sorry for the Indianapolis Colts. They with no opportunity.
It looked like they gonna fall to the bottom because Tennessee is Tennessee. We see Jacksonville and Houston making some upgrades. I don't know.
I think that's the opposite of Glass's question. You talking about winners? My big loser is the Colts. What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
What are you doing? Yeah, I don't. You got this franchise quarterback, and I don't understand what they're doing, man. And this division has caught up with them.
It has. Yeah, it has. It definitely has. They had a chance to really do some stuff, and it's gone now. Yeah, it's done. So
and to answer Chipadelphia question, do I need a new Twitter handle now that Chip has gone to San Francisco? Pretty much, man.
Ezra told him to hold on to it, told him to honor the guy. Hey, listen, I got to ask you this, though. I got to ask you this. Were you actually a fan of Chip Kelly? Did you embrace this guy?
He changed that name as soon as they signed him. He didn't.
Oh, my God.
It's not like, what? Chip Kelly wasn't a bad coach.
If he had came to my team, I'd have been upset. Knowing his track record, seeing him, no, I could do the Chip.
I got no problem with Chip, man. Chip
does not know how to talk to men. That's his problem. Mm-hmm. He's still in that college. He's still in that college.
Listen, Ezra,
he probably got humbled. I'll tell you that after this offseason.
Yeah, but see what happened though. He shows up in San Francisco. The first thing that happens is Colin Kaepernick is wanting to bail. He's like, "Yo, somebody please get me up out of here."
If I'm Chip, I want him to bail too. I want you gone.
Dude, Chip. Okay, let me ask you something.
So you gonna roll the dice with Blaine Gabbert?
No. He'll find someone. Okay. He'll find someone. They'll probably.
Chip Kelly problem is he got number one. He'll know how to talk to men. Number two, he was getting rid of good players for mediocre playing, thinking his system worked. His system wasn't working. He was working on the Andy Reid's team. Them 2 years, they was 10.
What? I said the coach was good. I didn't say general manager Chip Kelly was good. Okay? Right. I said Chip Kelly's a good coach. I didn't say general manager Chip Kelly. There's a big difference. Yeah. Okay, Doc Rivers in basketball is not a very good general manager himself.
I agree.
Good, great coach. questionable general manager. Some of these guys can't do them both.
Yeah, I can't.
They think they can.
I can't do Chip Kelly, man. It's just something about his presence that just it rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't. And I enjoyed watching him fail in Philadelphia because it was funny to me, him thinking that he can, his little system, and he still ain't proved to the NFL that the system worked. We still don't know.
No, it works. Come on, when Nick Foles has 27 touchdowns, 1 interception, the system works.
Really, one time?
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the system works.
Don't give me a sample size.
Don't give me a sample size. I don't think it's revolutionized football, but I think he can get. I think he is the new Mike Martz of the NFL. The new Mike. He's the D'Antoni of the NFL. He'll make some players that are kind of mediocre put up some nice stats, do some things. I think he is that type of coach in the NFL. He is, remember Mark Martz? He'll put in anybody at quarterback and they'll throw 4,000 yards.
Right.
Oh, yeah, or Mike D'Antoni, any point guard he puts at his system, they're dropping like 7 dimes. Chris Duhon was looking like a point guard in the NBA under his system. So, I think that's what he is.
Yeah. Okay. Look, he seems to be a fan of Chip. He like him. He's like, every QB under Chip has had the best season. Hey, look, I can't argue with the stats. It's just, I don't know. I just look at the body of work in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's different than the body of work down in college. So I don't know. I just wouldn't be happy if he came to my franchise. I'm saying I wouldn't be excited.
But your franchises came from a Super Bowl and everything, man. You can't compare that.
They lost Super Bowl though, so that's the thing. I'm better.
So let me ask you guys something. You think he's going to be successful in San Francisco?
I think he'll be more successful than the last guy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's stick with San Francisco. Colin Kaepernick won out. Who you think gonna bite and take Kaepernick off of San Francisco hands?
Well,
it's between Denver, Cleveland, and the Jets.
For whatever reason, I feel like Cleveland is going to make a play for Robert Griffin III. I think Cleveland's going to make a play for Robert Griffin III, and I think it's a better fit for him anyway. If they can't get Robert Griffin III, I would rather have Robert Griffin, even though we ain't seen him in a long time. I would put more trust in Robert Griffin than I would in Colin Kaepernick. That's all I'm saying.
If I'm the Broncos, I'll get RG3.
Yeah,
and if I'm my Jets, I'd rather go for RG3. But to answer your question, maybe because I'm being, my personal emotional feelings are involved here. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I think they may, they're the more desperate team, right? Out of the three, they're the ones like, our franchise is crap. We need a marketable name, new coach, everybody. So I'm just gonna throw a limb. I'm gonna say the Browns to win this sweepstakes. If there
it just don't feel like a good fit to me. It really, Colin Kaepernick don't even feel like a good fit in Denver. Really,
I've never seen that type of quarterback for Hugh Jackson's offense. But Hugh Jackson is a great offensive mind. So maybe in his head, maybe he's got that Chip Kelly syndrome right now. Like, hey, anybody in my system will work.
right.
Okay, so we'll see.
Yeah. Who knows,
Yeah, Chip said. Chipadelphia says Cleveland and Broncos are the front runners. Cap was in the Super Bowl like 3 years ago. We understand that.
Look,
Kubiak wants a mobile QB.
And Glass, you see, he made that comment about Kaepernick being in the Super Bowl. Now, I'm trying to contain myself about that. Because I am about that. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
But I think Cap will do good on the Broncos because when he went to the Super Bowl, what were the 49ers? They were a defensive team that ran the ball. Broncos are a defensive team that run the ball.
Yep.
So they have the foundation, they have the talent to mask Cap's, deficiencies. So I really think this will be the best fit for Cap. So if I was him, I'll have my agent, you got to really push me to the Broncos. This is where I'll be able to shine. And I think he would be dangerous with the Broncos and Gary Kubiak's system because, those read options, those rollouts, and with his speed, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how well he'll work in that system. I don't think he'll light it up through the air because that's just not what he is, but I think they'll be very dangerous.
Right. Now, from what I understand, well, I have no problem. I'll take Kaepernick right now. No problem at all. What I understand.
And behind center in Denver.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'll take RG3. I'll take Kaepernick.
He could back up Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, from what I understand, like y'all said, Cleveland has the best chance of getting him, but he doesn't want to go to Cleveland for the simple fact. Nothing against Hugh Jackson. He loved Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson loved him, but he don't want to go to a team where they losing quality players.
Yeah,
no, they losing quality players because the wide receiver jumped ship and the center jumped ship.
Oh, good.
Alex Mack would Ezra just got to talking about. He went to where'd he go to?
Alex
Texans?
went to Falcons.
You're right, Falcons. The wide receiver jumped ship. I forgot where he went to, but I got it right here. I had it right here. But anyway, they losing talent, and then they got the number 2 pick, and he thinking that they're gonna go get another QB, and he don't want the same thing happen to RG3 happen to him.
Yeah,
you go get another QB, and now I'm sitting there fighting for a job.
Right. Denver
would be a good fit, but John Elway gonna give up a 3rd round pick. He ain't giving up a 2nd round pick. And which is I don't think Colin Kaepernick is worth a 2nd round pick.
No, definitely not. And besides, not in Denver anyway. Because besides, we just said Denver, they can do what they want to at quarterback, and they'll be fine. You know
right, plug and play. I totally agree. And I don't think the Jets. They say they're interested. I don't think they're interested. I think they're trying to play chicken with Fitzpatrick to get him down a little bit lower. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Fitzpatrick. Honestly, if I was John Elway, and if I'm thinking like John Elway. Fitzpatrick ain't even in the conversation for the simple fact Brock Osweiler and Fitzpatrick has the same agent. So I'm sure he's thinking, dude, you already burned me once. You ain't gonna burn me twice.
Yeah.
So I think Kaepernick, his best bet is the Broncos. Is the Browns. It's the Browns.
Who does?
Kaepernick.
Yeah,
I would love to have him, but I don't think San Francisco will give up a.
I just think that quarterback like Robert Griffin III would just make Denver the super dynamic that it would make them. I mean, like they're a dynamic team now, but I'm just saying like Robert Griffin can do some stuff that a lot of the other
Ezra, you got no sense, man.
Mark Sanchez to the rescue, baby. Don't worry about it. Wow. Keep that right there for you.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we was talking on Jay's show a couple of days ago, and he was trying to give Robert Griffin this pass of morality or whatever. And me and Glass was like, but all that aside, I think the quarterback Robert Griffin, he can contribute some stuff to a team. If I don't know how confident he is about his health. I think that was kind of his downfall the second time he came back. You know what I mean? Like, he got hurt and then he came back. Like, he wasn't super confident about it, but he's been out for like a year. You know what I'm saying? So he should be
right. Right. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay. The free agent QBs that's out there. What's this chip? I'll hit that link later. Free agents out there, QBs. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick, Matt Moore, RG3, Tavares Jackson, Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel.
Hey, listen, only one of those guys has a Super Bowl ring. One of them, only one of those guys has a Super Bowl ring.
Jackson.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But even though I'm just saying, they don't really mean that because he didn't really do that. He did kneel on the ball in the game, I think. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did kneel on the ball again. But I still think, Colin Kaepernick, you didn't say, was Colin Kaepernick in that list?
No. Okay. He's not a free agent.
Right. That's right. He didn't be traded. That's right. So, but Robert Griffin III is probably the even though I've always been a fan of Tavares Jackson, even though, like, I don't think he ever got his due. I really don't. I mean, think about all the pressure that he always had to be under. Like, even when he got the starting job in Minnesota, it was always the threat of bringing somebody else in there to supplant him, And then when he went to Seattle, you knew he wasn't going to get no shine up there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that Tavares Jackson can be look. I think he can.
No, not you. I'm sorry, Big Q, but he says Tavares Jackson is Jamarcus Russell. Come on, man.
Tavares Jackson's a lot better than that.
Grade him like that.
Yeah, Tavares Jackson got some wins under his belt, man. He done did some things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
And like I said, he got a Super Bowl ring, man.
Yeah.
So,
right. Hey,
what happened to Josh Freeman? Is he still around?
Dude, I think he's a head case. He's a head case. I don't think he had a couple of chances.
Well, he did play. Didn't he get signed last year by some team?
Yeah,
I forgot.
And he got waived just as
right,
quick.
just as fast. Right, that's what I thought. Yeah,
yeah.
He said, as a wide receiver, who Freeman or Jackson? Which one are you talking about? Oh, Freeman. Okay,
he switched. Freeman, he changed to a wide receiver.
Hey, look, he's trying to get a job, bro. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback gig wasn't working for him. You know what I mean? You know. So
hey, one more thing before we go off. I want y'all to explain to me about this market.
We talk about this every year.
I know, because I don't understand how I'm paying somebody. Well, I'm glad John Elway didn't pull the trigger and try to get Osweiler too much money. But is Osweiler really worth $18 million a year?
Probably not. Maybe not like 3 years ago, but as we see the cap start to go up, because we starting to see baseball numbers in some of these, like the guy who went down to. Like we starting to see baseball style numbers in the NFL, which is unheard of, but the cap is going up, so you got more money to play with. I mean, the market growing.
Man, no.
I mean, Josh Norman asking for a ridiculous amount of money.
The market worked perfect for these C-B rated players. There was just no big names to really set the dynamic, or multiple big names to spend money on them and then spend, the leftovers for these type of players. Since there was big money available, cap went up, and these players were the ones that were the free agents. They're the ones that, benefit from it. And I told you how many times, Glass, 15, 16 million is now the going rate for a decent quarterback in the NFL. That's just, if you're a starter, it's like you're making 15 million. This is like guaranteed. If you have 1 year starting and you were okay, you're getting 15, 16 million. And Brock, like I said, being the number one option in free agent market, a lot of teams needing quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
That's it.
Listen, man, I hear you. I know he's the number one option, but I do not have to pay him as a number one option.
You didn't. You got Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez is now your quarterback.
Hey, you know what? You go to enough of rubber that about face.
No, he's going all year. You gotta get used to it.
Man, Brock is making more money than been Matthew Stafford, Sam Bradford, Alex Smith, Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton. Yes, he's making more money than Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer making 16.5.
I'm surprised at the Matthew Stafford one. Are you sure?
But you know what? I gotta make it. Like the timing was perfect. Like like Ed said, like right when the cap was going up.
Like if Matthew Stafford becomes a free agent tomorrow, he's gonna blow that contract.
Yeah, you're right. And he should. But it's like how high is high?
It's just timing. Like I agree with you. Like I said, I would not pay that much for him, and I think John Elway made the right move. But there's always a team out there. Everybody said Tim Tebow is not a first rounder. It takes one team, and ironically, we're still talking about your.
You know what, Ezra, you keep on throwing these shots at the team, man.
You got the Super Bowl. I can take everybody. You got
you got
all you want.
Right.
You got the Super Bowl, man.
Comes with the territory. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying it takes one team.
Yeah.
One team.
Yeah. But I don't hear you say that about the baseball players though. Them numbers are ridiculous, man.
I have no control on baseball doesn't have a cap. So you have no
for a sport that is like less stressful. I know that they got to play more games and stuff, but it's less physical. Yeah, I don't even know if you need the same prep time, and I don't even know. But it just seemed like it's it's completely different.
They got a stronger union. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. So and they getting some money, dude.
And baseball, they're talking about Bryce Harper being the first $400 million, possible $500 million contract.
That is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. If I had a son, I would be, and he liked football, I'd be like, dude, you ain't playing no football.
You give him a bat and a glove, right?
Yes, you go play some baseball, bro. That's what you do. You can play longer, and you can make way more money. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be, you're right. My son is either gonna get a bat or a golf club.
Yeah, totally agree. But that's ridiculous. But I don't know, man. I believe if somebody tried to explain to me, another person, I can't remember who it was, on fair try to explain to me, just think of it as a house. If you buy a house here, that's worth $500,000. If you go to a lesser neighborhood, it's $300,000. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to buy the $500,000 house and have nothing up in there. I'd rather go for the $300,000 house and put stuff in there.
What?
I.e., get a less quarterback and beef up my defense, beef up my offensive line, beef up my wide receiver.
Okay, now in this temperature of the NFL, you think you're gonna have time to do that? Think about it. Like they was trying to roast Ron Rivera last year or year before. Right. They were trying. It was a couple other coaches. They look at what happened to Lovie Smith for the second time in his career. You know what I'm saying?
Lovie Smith.
Just saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you ain't got time to do all that. You have to win now in the NFL, man. There's too much money being pumped around and thrown around. You got to get it done now. You know, and Gary Kubiak, they brought him in, and he got it done. It didn't take long, right? You know what I'm saying?
But it was one of them key lock situations. It was already a ready-made team,
right?
You know,
but just like what happened to Tampa. Tampa's ready, and they moved Smith out, and they brought the other guy in, so it's ready to go. You know?
I think you need 3 years in order for your situation to work,
right.
And then for any team, NFL, college, or whatever, you need 3 years to make your system work. And I don't think they gave Lovie Smith number one. He shouldn't have got fired from the Bears. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got a 10-win season. I understand he couldn't beat Green Bay, but damn, come on.
Right. I thought he did a good job in Tampa, to be honest with you. You know,
I thought he did a good job at Tampa too.
Yeah, considering what he was working with, first year quarterback. I mean, they got a pretty decent defense. They got talent on that team. They just need to learn how to play together. That's all. You know what I mean?
And he's like a dead man walking down to Illinois. I'm glad he got the job, but you got the wrong job. But I mean, come on now. You can't recruit. You can't even socialize with anybody. So you can't recruit. Mm-hmm. And you're going up against Jim Harbaugh in Michigan and Urban Meyer at Ohio State. You do not have a chance.
Once again, they're lucky I'm not a professional sports because what he signed a 4-year deal with Tampa Bay. And remember, as a coach, your contract's guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Guess what? They would have fired my ass. I'd have 3 years left. I'd have been straight Thailand beach. I'd have been putting up selfies like,
absolutely.
He fired me.
Absolutely, man. But how many coaches did we see?
You'd have been paying me.
Right. I'd have been straight but how many coaches did we see over the last 2 seasons that got fired after year one? You see what I'm saying? After year one. We've seen a lot of them go. You know what I mean? So
right.
You know,
right.
You just ain't got that kind of time, man.
That's a shame. That's a shame. What is Chip? How long are you guys on? Just a little bit longer. Yeah, just a little bit longer. Dude. So, all right. You say who? We said who the winners were. Raiders. Did we say Texans was the winner?
No, it was.
Even though I do like the Lamar Miller, I love the Lamar Miller move.
What did we say? We said Raiders and
Falcons.
No, Falcons. Philadelphia. Was it?
Yeah, that's who it was. Right. Who the losers?
I said Colts already.
Yeah, I Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
I'm with that.
Yeah, Colts. And I guess you can throw Cleveland in there because they ain't winning right now. They losing. So if you ain't gaining,
they're losing their offensive line.
Yeah, so you can put them in there too, man. I guess Pittsburgh is still, Pittsburgh is sort of kind of like Carolina. They don't really like be reaching. I'm kind of glad that some teams don't do that. They don't be like, you know what? Oh, look at that guy. Let me go get him. You know what I mean? Like, Carolina.
Yeah. Pittsburgh pick and chooses. And I love one of their signings. Ladarius Green from the tight end from the Chargers. Now he's with the Steelers to replace Heath Miller. He's not a blocking tight end like that, but he's a wonderful pass catcher, and I think he's going to do great things in that offense. I really love that move by the Steelers.
Okay, and the ones who kind of sit back and just kind of wait. I mean, if your team is okay, if it ain't like ruptured or you ain't have a mass exodus of players or whatever, you're in pretty good shape, man. You can kind of sit back and really look at the draft, and after the draft, whoever's still out there, you can readdress that pool and say, oh well, look, this guy's still here, this guy's still here. Right? Maybe get it for a little bit cheaper too. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I don't know if y'all heard the news, but what's his name? Martez Bryant.
Yeah.
He got suspended for a year. They say he's suffering from depression. He's going to admit himself to some kind of healthcare or something like that.
Hopefully he gets right, and hopefully he calls Jenny Manziel. Let's do this together, bro. Let's do this together.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we've seen the last of Jenny Manziel, though. I just got a feeling we really. I don't think we're gonna see him again.
So. I think, like I said, it takes one team. I don't think it's the last of him, but he's got not too many options left. He's got opportunities. Mm-hmm. But I think another team will give him a shot. But he's really
there's gonna have to be some real flashy, flamboyant, real cocky team that say, you know what?
Sounds like the Cowboys, what you just said.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Johnny Manziel in here. But Johnny Manziel, being the heir to Tony Romo, that don't even make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even. I don't know. I can't see nobody really rolling the dice on, especially when you got who you had out there. You still got them little C-level quarterbacks out there in free agents. As long as you got them out there, Johnny Manziel got a chance.
Well, but John, I don't think he's going to be a starter anywhere. I think he'll be a backup somewhere. Cowboy.
Yeah.
All
right.
I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks a lot.
Hey, let me ask you something. The last couple of, I ain't going to say last couple. The top, if you want to say these top 50 free agents that's still out there. Nick Fairley.
Yeah.
I would love to pick him up. You know, I think he got his act together from when he was in Detroit. He played the Rams last year. He looked good with the Rams. I'm just surprised he has not been picked up yet.
I'm not surprised because I think that his performance been taking a dip, man. I just, you know what I mean? Like,
really?
Yeah. It's just like the last 2 seasons, his name ain't been popping off on nobody's radar, man. He ain't doing nothing, cuz. I mean, he doing enough to, to kind of like secure his spot. But he ain't going above and beyond, man. I mean,
if he ain't asking no big time money, I'll scoop him up.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Then his teammate Chris Long is out there.
I was going to say Chris Long.
Yeah.
Now
we got a few names up there. They got Mike Wallace. I think he's going to be I think he's going to go back to the Steelers. I haven't heard anything about him, but since now that Brian is out for the year, I think Mike Wallace will be the nice, logical fit to go back there.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody goes back to the Steelers.
Alfred Morris is another name out there that we are aware of. I think he'll be nice in a Broncos jersey, but the Broncos, I don't think they'll spend the money on him. But I think he'll be nice.
The Broncos are good at running back right now, right? They still secured both of their running backs, right?
No, the Broncos got no running back.
Anderson gone. Yeah, C.J. Anderson
gone. The Dolphins. He's on the Dolphins.
Oh, good. Well, you might want to look at Alfred Morris, man.
If the Patriots actually want to spend money on a running back, I think if you put Alfred Morris with Lewis, I think Foster would have been. I think that's why I keep thinking Foster because he's that veteran guy. He'll probably take a 1-year deal and such. But if they want to spend a little money on a running back, Alfred Morris with the Patriots plus Lewis, I think will be a great fit. But I don't think that's going to happen. But Alfred Morris, that's the name I'm looking at, wondering where he's going to go.
Yeah, and I'm shocked that B.J. Raji is still out there. Yeah, I guess the Packers didn't want to resign. I guess he was asking for too much money.
Yeah,
and he was injury prone. He was a little injury prone.
Packers never do anything in the off season either. They're like, nah, whatever, son. We'll probably bring you back at training camp if you're still a free agent.
Right. And Alden Smith is out there. I'll take a chance on Alden Smith.
He's he's not with the Raiders?
No, he's a free agent.
Alden Smith is a free agent?
Yeah. He's a free agent. I got him 45 on my list.
Oh, I see that right here. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's only 26 years old, too.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do anything last year? I don't even know if he did.
He did a pretty good job at Oakland. And I think I think he did get suspended for something.
Oh, he got suspended for the year?
Did he get suspended for the year?
I know he got suspended. I see right here, November 2015, Raiders personal conduct, 16-game suspension. Oh, I gotta.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Let me make sure. I'm not sure if this is the.
Hey, Big Q. Yeah. Did Alden Smith get suspended for a year?
I don't know.
I thought he played a little bit before he got suspended. I know he got suspended.
No, I know, but I'm saying for the upcoming year, I don't know if he's suspended.
Yeah.
It says it. Wait. I'm going to ESPN right now. It says linebacker Alden Smith has been suspended for 1 year without pay. Blah blah blah. And this was in September of last year. So I guess he's suspended for the upcoming year.
Wow.
Is this for the same airport stuff?
No, this is.
No, I think it was.
I think
it was something different.
Oh, it says substance abuse policy.
Oh, he said. Philadelphia said DUI. That's what. Yeah, that's what it was.
So that's why he's still a free agent. That explains everything.
Okay. Third arrest.
Yes, third arrest.
He's a wild dude, man. He's a little off his rocker a little bit, dude. It's a shame because he's talented too, man.
He is a talented player. I'm like, man, come on, get your act together.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
gentlemen, I do apologize, but I must go. I have to get ready for work, which is in 20 minutes. Good thing I'm one of the lucky ones. I actually just walked to work, so.
Well, look at you.
Oh, straight. Well, we about to close shop anyway, man.
Because
go ahead.
Only do that in New York.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Since you gotta leave, go ahead and give your shouts out and tell us where we can find you.
If you want to talk to Cocoa Butter Lotion, you can follow me at Idiot Ezra. And gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. I love when you guys have me on. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone that was watching. Appreciate the support, and thank you guys again.
No problem. Anytime, bro. You know you got to see
Mark Sanchez.
Oh, whatever. All right, Big Q, go ahead. Give your shouts out and tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, so typically you don't find me during the summer. Right. Typically you don't. But I'm Big Q with TeamBoydTV. You know, if you guys haven't seen the Dopest Live NFL show on YouTube, man, check out me, Glass, and my brother JB. We do TeamBoydTV Live during the season. We'll start back up about midway through July with our divisional breakdown and preseason roundup and stuff. We'll get into it. It'll be here before you know it. You can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and that kind of thing. And like I said, you normally don't see me this time of year, but to bring me out from time to time. But yeah, we got it. That's all we're gonna do.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I ain't gonna bring you out. I'm trying to get into NBA mode, baseball mode, but every now and then when something comes up with football, I got to pull you out. Get my juice, get your blood circulating.
I'm worried about. I'm in full platinum style media mode, and you got me doing TeamBoydTV stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's all great. For my homie though, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, bro. You can check me out here on Blab. Just search Get With It Sports. We have a show every Tuesday afternoon between 1 and 3. The 2-cent deposit on sports. You could check me out on Get With It Sports 2 channel on YouTube. That's Get With It Sports with the number 2. We got a YouTube tab with this will be on for recording. Twitter at Get With It Sports, Facebook at Get With It Sports, blog page getwithitsports.wordpress.com. I will be writing because I have nothing else to do in the off season. And and that's about it. So I appreciate my boys chiming in with me on this roundtable edition of 2 Cents Deposit on Sports. And you could just check us out on Blab, on Twitter. We'll give up links when stuff happening in the future. Right. And as always, on Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. Be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.